Hey everyone, so we are back again with another reading, and this one is all about your next glow up. So we're going to see where you're going to be glowing up in your life, what area, and what that's going to look like. So what's going to be changing in a really positive way, what everyone is going to think of that, and all about your glow up. So I'm really excited to get into this one, and we do have a traditional pick a card selection for you guys today. So if you already feel drawn to a certain pile, feel free to go ahead and skip to that point, but I'm going to show you guys the numbers of each of them as well. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, number 3, and number 4. So like I said, you can skip ahead at any point. I do want to mention my Patreon link is in my bio for that, and I do have a reading I just posted all about what your haters think about you or why they're so mad. So go ahead and check that out if you want to join us over there. Lots of other posts as well. And with that being said, if you guys need more time to decide, you can feel free to rewind, pause, take as much time as you need, but we are going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey, pile 1, so for your pick a card, you guys got blessings. And for your tarot, you got the Sun, 3 of Wands, the Devil, Ace of Wands, the Chariot, 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. So there's a really powerful message coming through right away that a lot of you guys are going to be achieving your dreams, something really big. Huge that you guys have been wanting to manifest for a really long time. Something possibly having to do with like even stepping into the limelight in some way with the sun coming out. I'm getting some of you guys are going to be kind of center of attention or get some kind of attention on you. And there's going to be a lot of forward momentum with whatever you guys have been working on. With the Chariot coming in and the Ace of Wands, this is going to be a huge success and kind of a breakthrough. But there's also a double-sided message that you guys might be facing some jealousy coming up. And I think that's something that Spirit really wants to make this pile aware of, is that with the blessings and with the success often comes jealousy, often comes the haters, the people who are mad that you're doing so well. And that is not something to be discouraged by. It's something that should let you know that you are on the right path and that you're, living up to your destiny, because that's just inevitable when there's success. But I almost feel like that's been weighing on some of you guys. Maybe you've already experienced glimpses of some of this success, and maybe you've come up against people that have been hating on you or have been rude to you or have been nasty to you. Maybe it's like you have a mean coworker or a mean boss or a mean family member that's like, oh, I see you're working on that, but suddenly they're really rude to you or nasty to you. And I feel like the message is like, basically keep going, because unfortunately this is kind of an inevitability when someone reaches success, but it shouldn't hold you back from your destiny. I feel like you guys should keep pressing forward with the Chariot. And it's just something, you might have to like kind of overcome in your mind. Sometimes when we have one of these mental blocks where we're so afraid of something happening, that's when Spirit will keep bringing it up. So when we're like, I don't want conflict, I don't want to fight, unfortunately it will come into our lives by having a ton of conflict and a ton of people who randomly are nasty to us. So I feel like that's something you guys, again, just be aware of that, but it's definitely not going to hold back your blessing. But I almost feel like for some of you guys, there's this fear coming through or this reluctance of like, oh my God, I don't want to have to deal with this, or like, why is this happening to me? Maybe you've had people be nasty to you lately and it's almost like a glimpse, because think of people at the very top of whatever hierarchy. There's always haters, no matter who you are. It doesn't matter. Like literally name anyone who's a success, they're going to face hate. And of course, sometimes people kind of get hated on for legitimate reasons, right? But there's also so many stupid reasons. And so it's not something that, you can avoid. I just feel like you are stepping into this role of destiny for you guys and this special purpose you guys have. And there are people that are going to try to come against you or be shady to you or lie to you or try to fight with you. And that's not, I don't want to turn it into a negative reading. I just think a lot of you guys need that message, because I see honestly some of you guys becoming on some kind of a public platform or something like that. And I feel like, especially when there's a public platform, you've just got to know that there's going to be negativity, there's going to be haters, there's going to be jealousy. So I see a lot of you guys stepping into the limelight. Like I said, with the sun, I feel like a lot of you guys will be getting attention of some kind, and really on this really incredible destiny path with the Three of Wands. It's like your future is kind of changing as we speak. You know, you are plotting this new destiny and stepping into this really beautiful future. And it's really a strong energy with the Chariot coming through. So, but it's like whenever that happens, there's going to be, you know, devil energy. There's going to be jealousy or negativity, and people who are not in their highest vibration who come around and have something nasty to say. So just be aware of that. Let's get into the rest of the cards. So we got first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. And last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. You know, it's really interesting to me that these are all quarter moons. And we got first quarter moon and last quarter moon, but I'm kind of getting the vibe that the quarter is coming into play here because it's like y'all are so close. A lot of you guys in this pile, it's like you're really close to making things happen that you guys have always wanted. And I feel like it's like you're almost there, and it's just going to take a bit more work. And so it's like you've got to keep pushing, you know, you've got to keep going. And I think what's really interesting is it's Taurus and also Leo coming through. So both of those cards are both of those astrological energies I associate with success. Taurus energy, second house energy, is something we look to for financial abundance and luxury and all that. Also physical beauty. And Leo, it's also obviously royalty, the star of the show. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are manifesting three things: money, wealth, money and wealth. Sorry, money, wealth, beauty, and also kind of like attention, Leo energy, all eyes on you type of thing. So I feel like, you know, whenever someone is in that energy, of course, they're going to get haters. But I feel like your guides and spirit really wants you guys to be unafraid to step into this limelight and be unafraid that when these people do come against you, you guys will be protected, and it's not something for you to overly focus on or get bogged down about. Just know, like I said, it's an inevitability. If anything, it's a sign that you're doing really well and that you are being really successful, but they kind of want you to release this need for control. Like, I think sometimes, you know, people are like, well, I want success, but I want it to look this way, or I want money, but I want it to come in this way. But when we really allow the divine to take over, that's when we can step into our highest destiny. When we kind of put things up to spirit and like throw a bunch of things out and kind of see what sticks. That's always my advice for people trying to start something new. It's like, well, try it all and then let spirit take over, you know? That's why I always say, Jesus, take the wheel. Like, I love that song name. I've never actually heard the song, but I love the name because it's like, exactly, like you kind of got to let spirit drive sometimes. And I feel like with you guys, it's like some of you are holding on so tight to like wanting it to look a certain way or being afraid of it looking another way. And the answer is, as long as you guys are stepping into your highest form of destiny, as long as you guys are really achieving your dreams and doing what you have heard spirit tell you to do in your heart, that's all you can do. And that's exactly what you should do. And I also think spirit wants you guys to be proud of yourselves. Don't let these haters and nasty detractors take away from your confidence or make you feel any less worthy, because I think that, you know, they might try to say nasty things to you or make you feel bad about yourselves, but the reality is you guys have done something so special, so amazing. I feel like with a lot of you guys, again, I'm getting social media following, or if you guys don't have that, it's like maybe you get an award at your work, or there's just a lot of, like I said, a lot of people's eyes on you, a lot of people paying attention. And so with Leo energy coming out, I feel like it's like, okay, it's time for you to step into center stage, you know? I think a lot of people that I talk to in like my private readings, you can always book one if you want, link in my bio for that. But you know, it's like they have a fear of like stepping into, like a lot of people more than you would think have hangups with getting attention. Or I'll be like, well, I'm getting you're not posting on social media, but you're trying to build like a business. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, you know, you're really cute. Post a selfie. And they hate the idea of that. They're like, oh, I don't want to seem conceited. I'm like, but you're beautiful. And you should show yourself to the world, you know? You should show off how gorgeous you are. And I think so many people have internalized this idea that they don't want to be a show off. They don't want to be, you know, attention hungry. And with Leo energy coming through, I think the message from spirit is like, no, step it. Leos have figured that out more than anyone else, that it's okay. It's a beautiful thing to be getting attention. You know, it's a beautiful thing to be rewarded and to be shining your light brightly. That's literally something in the Bible is don't hide your light under a bushel, right? So it's funny that we've twisted that around in our modern culture to like getting mad at people for posting selfies or, being mad at someone for, and of course there's a problem with like needless narcissism or someone who's not bringing anything to the table but wants attention. But there's nothing wrong with shining brightly and being yourself. And I just hope you guys really understand that message, because I think a lot of you guys are going to be called to put yourself out there a little bit more, and your success will come through that. But I see some resistance in some of you guys. And so the message is no, blossom. I'm seeing a flower opening up and coming into full bloom and all the petals opening. And it's like, that's what I think Spirit wants you to do, is like, step into your glory. Don't be afraid. Like I've said before in the past, what if like Taylor Swift was like, oh, I feel lame to make my songs. Like I just love listening to her music. It's always kind of soothing, or there's like, I feel like her lyrics are kind of deeper than the average pop song. So I always get something out of them. And it's like, I'm so grateful that I can, put her songs on shuffle and kind of hear a message that means something to me. And what if she had never done that? What if she had been too embarrassed to put her stuff out there, or fill in the blank of whatever musical artist you guys are really liking lately? It's like, it's so important to shine your light and to, all of us to contribute our beautiful energy to this tapestry that is humankind. All of us have something beautiful to contribute. All of us have something special. And I see a lot of you guys stepping into this destiny moment where you're meant to shine, you're meant to show yourselves. So I really want you guys to step into that. Don't be afraid. I know there's so many haters around that have nasty stuff to say about everything, but I think you guys are going to find your tribe who really supports you and really likes you. So let's get more cards for you guys. So your next glow up, we got Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace, and Water Spirit, manifesting dreams. So you guys are really manifesting your dreams. You guys are making things happen that you probably only dreamed of or might not have even thought was possible. You guys are doing something so amazing, something that I think you guys have been called to from the depths of your soul. And there's a lot of wisdom here, I think, that a lot of you guys are sharing with the world. And I always say, sometimes people think in order to share their spiritual gifts, they have to be like doing tarot readings or psychic readings or, something like that, like only talking about meditation. And of course, that's great. If you do that, it's awesome. I love watching all the pick cards I can. And so, I love whenever someone steps into that destiny, but there's more than one way to serve your spiritual purpose. And people can get a feeling of joy and love and happiness from someone posting about them cooking, and someone showing how they make little embroidery things, or like little necklaces or jewelry. There's different ways to bring joy to this world. We don't have to have like all this, not everyone has to be kind of like a guru sharing spirituality. We can share joy and raise the collective vibration in so many different ways. So I feel like whatever you guys are doing, you're adding a lot of wisdom, high vibrational energy to the world. You're bringing joy to people. You're making them feel good about themselves, feel happy. And it's so potent and so beautiful. And I really think for a lot of you guys, you should feel really proud of yourselves, because you are stepping into your destiny. And I feel like a lot of people see that. And again, the haters are going to see it, but you're also going to have your supporters that are so grateful for you. So let me get more cards. So we got discipline, indecision, gratitude, and honesty. I feel like a lot of you guys are being very honest with the world. And I think Spirit is saying to you guys, the message for you guys is like, be honest with yourself about what it is you want. Because I think a lot of times people feel kind of like they have to do things a certain way, and it's like so many people, they're like, they have this idea of something they would really want, but they never really want to be honest with themselves about what that is. Because again, there's so many judgments, like, oh, you're a narcissist because you want to be an actress, you know what I mean? Or, oh, well, who do you think you are that you think people are going to want to listen to your music? Or like, wow, you must be really full of yourself if you really are going to go out for that position at work. You don't have the experience. You know what I mean? And so it's like people may have this desire inside their heart of something they feel called to do, but then they kind of push it down and they're like, no, I don't really want that. But it's like, I think when you have the power to be honest with yourself about what you really want, that's step one. That's the most important step that you can take, is finally admitting like, I would love that. That would make me really happy. That would bring me a lot of joy. And then you can start taking the discipline and taking the active steps to achieve it. So I feel like there's this message for you guys, some of you guys, about being really honest about exactly what you want and then going after it. And if people have negative things to say about it, or have to, throw doubt on it, or kind of try to throw cold water on it, it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Because once you're really aligned with, I want this, it really doesn't matter what other people say. It's kind of like, I'm seeing a metaphor of like someone wants to go to the pound and adopt a puppy, and they fall in love with a certain puppy, and maybe someone's like, oh my God, that's a stray, or like, that's not a designer dog. Like my dog had 10 lines of breeding, and they're all pure blood, whatever. Nothing wrong with that if someone has that kind of dog or whatever. I'm not trying to attack like those kinds of dogs or anything. But, maybe you're like, okay, but I love this. And yeah, he's a mutt, but I love him. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just feel like it's like not everyone's going to get you. Everyone has their own preferences and tastes, but the right people will totally understand. And the right people are going to love you exactly how you are. So I feel like some of you guys are struggling with this indecision, kind of like, should I go for it? Should I not? And I think the message from Spirit is go for it. And if you guys do, you'll have this incredible amount of success. And I feel like a lot of you guys also should know, if you're already on this path and you've already achieved some success and you're in that last quarter energy that I was talking about with being very close to achieving it, I feel like the message is also be grateful. Like, try to pull back from sometimes, I think, the negativity that people get flooded with online or whatever, and think about how far you've come. Think about everything you guys have done, everything you have brought to yourself, everything you've achieved, and realize that it's limitless. I'm hearing the limit does not exist. I think that's a Mean Girls quote. I don't know if it is, but anyway, like, I feel like you guys need to be grateful for everything you have done, because that grateful energy is going to compound on itself and bring you even more. And the message is, you've already achieved so much, and you have so much more you can accomplish and so much more you can do. But it's like, stay focused on exactly how far you've come already, because again, that's just going to feed and compound on itself. And a lot of you guys have accomplished a lot so far. So we also got peace, Archangel Azrael, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. 3 of Ariel, do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. I just love all these messages. So I'm going to really quickly read them, guys. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Time to get to work. And congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project, awards, scholarships, or promotions. These cards are just hitting so hard for your pile. Like, I feel like, first of all, a lot of you guys need to release the past. Some of you guys are focused on people from your past and what they're going to have to say. You're focused on like, oh, my dad would say this, or like, this person would say that if they knew, like, if they, if they saw this, or they're going to have this to say when it comes out. And it's like, I think that Spirit is saying, like, you have something so much better in your future. You're not going to care what these people have to say, because a lot of times people don't get what someone's doing until it's finished, until it's done, until it's together, and until it's out there. Everyone wants to drink like Coke nowadays, or Pepsi or whatever. But when you can imagine, if you rewound in time back, I don't know, 120 years, I don't know when it was invented, but I think around then, when like the first person who invented Coke or Pepsi or whatever was going around to, little drugstores back in the day and being like, hi, I made this sugary drink. Would you want to try some? You'd probably be like, no, you weirdo. Why are you, bringing this around? Why? Like, no, I don't want to make that. Like, we'll make our own and we don't need this. But now, like 100 years later, obviously everyone, it's like a household name. Whenever someone's first starting out and the first to do something, you're going to get the majority of people that don't even understand it, that are just kind of like questioning, like this isn't going to work, this is a bad idea, and they're not supposed to get it. They'll get it in the end when they see the huge success, you know, when they finally see all the accolades and stuff, it'll finally click in their head. But that's okay, right? Because we don't need them on the journey. So I feel like it's like, keep your eye on the prize and don't get so focused or bogged down on the past. Some of you guys may have negative people connected to you somehow, either in your family or friend group or whatever. And it's just like, I think it's just, you got to kind of put some shades on and block them out and just have blinders on. Like they give a horse, you know, when a horse is running a race, they literally put blinders on them so that they can't see the other horses on either side, so that they stay focused on what's ahead of them. And that's such an important part of success, because when we become obsessed with like, oh, but this person's doing this, or they think this about me, it can really lead to a lot of pain, you know, and I'm feeling pain in my heart right now. I feel like a lot of you guys might have been hurt by certain things that people have said or how they've acted to you. And so this is where this King of Gabriel comes in. It says, keep your eyes on the big picture and leave the details to others. Leave the detail to spirit. You know, leave it to God, basically. Like I said, this says, let go and let God. Like I said, Jesus, take the wheel, you know, that's the song. And I love that phrase. Like, it's so funny. Just let them take over, you know, don't try to keep such a tight grasp of things. Be like, okay, I'll do what you say, and then I'll let you make the rest happen. So I feel like as long as you guys are aligned with doing what you love and it feels like it resonates deeply from you, know that you guys are going to have huge success. And I feel like you guys are really going to level up to your career and get things that you really only dreamed of. And a lot of you guys, this may be being in the spotlight somehow, or having a lot of financial freedom, an elevated position in your career. So yeah, let me get more cards for you guys. So we got all the glitters, community, by the book, and happy. And I feel like with by the book, I feel like some of you guys are doing things kind of outside the norm, like outside of the usual energy, maybe a lot of Uranus energy around you guys. It's maybe something unexpected that people don't understand yet. Maybe you're doing something really original, or I think a lot of times also so many millennials, Gen Z, which are most of my viewers, but I think a lot of times they struggle with the fact that older, no offense to anyone who's older or anything, but there's, you know, a generational divide, because I think a lot of times older people think that like people should get a 9-to-5 career and work in a cubicle and stuff, because that was the path to success back in the day. But the truth is that things have changed, right? It used to be like a college degree guaranteed you a really good job, but now it doesn't, and people are like in debt, and then they're not even able to get a nice paying job, you know what I mean? So the old path that people used to walk on has basically been covered up. Like it's not there anymore. It just does not exist. And I think that sometimes, you know, people will have parents that are like looking at this old paradigm and trying to wanting their child to succeed through an old paradigm. Like, but why don't they have a 9-to-5? Or why aren't they doing this? Or why are they trying for this? And it's like, because that doesn't work anymore. You know, it's like a rotted old bridge that's like falling out in the center, and people have to figure something else out. And like, it's not that their parents want anything bad for them, but it's that they crossed over using that bridge. They think it's fine. They're like, just use that. I used it. It was great. And it's like, no, because it broke and it's not working. And now there's like alligators underneath that will eat you. And so we can't do that anymore. And so it's like, not everyone's going to get it. I think that you guys are going a little bit against the grain in this pile, and that's okay. You guys are going to get this incredible abundance. Your glow up is going to be amazing and include a lot of money, and also, like I said, a lot of eyes on you with community coming out. A lot of people are going to see this and be like, wow, this person is such a success. This person is amazing. They've achieved so much. And a lot of people are going to be like almost, I want to say fans, or just noticing you. You're going to have a lot of people's eyes on you. So I think you guys are going to be so happy with this in the end. You guys are going to be thrilled by the results. And so don't get too bogged down on like the doubters and the naysayers and the people that just don't get it. Because I know some of you, it's not even like your parents or your haters. It's just that they don't get it. You know, how could they? Like I said, they took a different route. The map that worked for them doesn't work anymore. And they think you're like lost in the wilderness. They're like, oh my God, they went off track. Like they're completely lost. And it's like, no, I'm making my own route. You know, I'm mapping it my own way, and this is the way to get there nowadays. And it was different back in the day, but I got to do what works now. So Understand that a lot of people aren't going to get it, but I see you guys having this huge success if you pursue this path. I see you guys getting incredible career abundance, incredible career success. And again, people around you that really support you, understand you, and get what you're doing. So you won't have to explain it so many times. So we also got love begins, fertility, authority, and awareness. So, like I said, some of you guys are using your crown chakra, or that's been very activated. I find a lot of people who are aligned with their destiny, whether they, like I said, you don't have to be a spiritual person, a tarot reader, or whatever to, have an active crown chakra, or to be on a spiritual path, or to be serving a spiritual mission. And I find a lot of people that reach big success, even if it's like they have a tech company or they do something else that's, maybe not like spiritual in nature, you know what I mean? But they are following something that spirit put in their heart, that they felt called to do, that was very deep and intuitive for them. Intuitively, they were called to it. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you felt called to this mission, and you should know that that is such a important spiritual moment for destiny. So it's like, don't overlook that. If you feel like spirit is putting something in your path of like, you should do this, do this, do this, go into it. Stop fighting it and stop trying to doubt it, because you're just gonna you're just going to delay the blessing, and you want it to come in fast, right? And I feel like a lot of you guys are going to become authorities in your fields. You're going to be highly respected. You might not be there now, but you will. So don't pay attention to these haters in the meantime. Focus on this end result. And I also feel like with fertility, that is a card that says that whatever you're trying to bring forth right now is going to be so fruitful, so amazing. You're ready to kind of give birth to it and bring it out into the world. Just like when you're a pregnant lady, you don't actually have the baby out yet, right? It's still inside your belly. So someone might look at you if they don't know what pregnancy is, and they might be like, oh, well, what are you talking about? You're going to have a baby. You must be crazy. There's no baby around you. You're just a single lady, like imagine someone never knew about pregnancy. They might be like, this lady's delusional. She keeps talking about she's going to have a kid. Like, hello, you're alone. And they don't realize that it's inside their stomach. You know what I mean? I mean, that happens sometimes. People have like a baby randomly. They didn't realize they were pregnant for 9 months, and like for some reason people couldn't notice. So sometimes it happens, but you guys are ready to give birth to this, ready for it to happen, and it will come into this world and be such a blessing to so many people and be so amazing. And I feel like you guys are sharing love with this world, and you might get a soulmate coming in too. So stay aligned with your destiny. It might be your soulmate comes in through this career destiny thing. So let's get more cards, or excuse me, let's get some astro dice for pile 1. Okay, so we got Capricorn, we got Venus, and we got the 11th house. And what was I saying? Uranus, y'all. So 11th house is related to Uranus and Aquarius. So like I said, this might be very unconventional. Uranus is the planet of surprises, of the unexpected. So don't be afraid to do something outside of the box. That's going to be a blessing for you. And 11th house also relates to groups of people. So again, I definitely see you guys kind of influencing groups of people, or lots of people having their eyes on you, lots of people paying attention to you. Capricorn relates to career, 10th house. So, that's one of the things. And hard work. And I see a lot of you guys have been putting in the hard work, or you're going to be. Again, general reading, so different people are on different points in this path. But for those of you guys who have been putting on hard work, I see it's really going to pay off. And for those of you guys who are beginning on this path, you just know it's going to take a little bit of work, and you got to persevere through this. Saturn is that planet of hard lessons and difficulty. And again, some of y'all, I know I can see and I can feel that some people are coming against you, being haters, filled up with haterade, dumping that on top of you. But the thing is keep your destiny clear in your mind and stay focused on that, because they cannot take you off your path. Only you can do that. And I feel like you're going to have to accept that they're a part of it, but your blessing is yours to claim. And also we have Venus. Venus is the planet of abundance, of wealth, of love, of luxury, of all the good things. So not really abundance. I don't know why I said that's Jupiter, but it is luxury, abundance. Why am I repeating? Luxury, wealth, love, and all the good things, all the beautiful Taurus, Libra type things. So know that you guys are going to have this wealth. You guys are going to have a luxurious lifestyle. And also, I think a lot of love and beauty is going to be coming into your life. You guys are going to be so happy with your lifestyles. You guys are going to be in such a better place. And I see you guys just surrounded by people who love and understand you. And it's like they don't they don't buy into this old paradigm that other people have put on you and not gotten where you're coming from. I feel like you guys are going to be surrounded by your own tribe that's on the same page as you and really gets you. And, you know, maybe these people achieve their dreams too. Maybe they have a lot of wealth, abundance, money, and have done things for themselves. So again, don't stay bogged down. It's kind of like when you're on a journey, if you have to pass through some like sketchy bad area, or maybe back in the day when you'd have to travel through the desert, or you have to travel through like some dark, creepy looking woods, you wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, this is really scary. I'm just going to stop my journey and I'm just going to camp out here forever. No, you know, you got to keep it moving. The sketchier, the harder it is, the more you got to push forward. So don't let these haters or the momentary kind of blocks you might come up against make you stop the journey. If anything, it should make you push harder. Keep going. No time to stop. You're already on the journey, so we got to finish it to the end. So I really hope that makes sense, you guys. Let me know if it did in the comments. I'm so curious about this pile and I'm wishing you guys all the best. So please let me know. Also give it a big thumbs up if it resonated. If you want to check out my Patreon, I have additional readings over there. I just posted why are your haters so against you? What are they hating on? And all about your haters. So that's a really interesting one. We got some interesting info. So definitely check that out. You guys might really need to listen to that. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, I post additional readings all the time. So definitely make sure you're subscribed with those notifications, that bell on. And I will be back very soon for another reading. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Really take care of yourselves, pile one. I really love you guys. Bye. Hey pile two, so for your pick of cards, you guys got first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power, and new moon in Aries, go for it. And for your tarot, you got the 8 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, 3 of Cups, Death, 10 of Wands, and 4 of Wands. So I can see for a lot of you guys that there is something you guys have been working on and pushing for a really long time. It's almost like you've been working so hard on this, wanting a breakthrough. And honestly, I feel like a glow up you guys might be having involves some kind of social activities or being around other people. We got 3 of Pentacles, we got 3 of Cups. So you might be going out and celebrating or just being around people. With the 4 of Wands, it could be a social event like a wedding, or it could be going out to some kind of party or big celebration moment. With the 3 of Cups, it could be going out and drinking and just having a good time. But I almost feel like there's a message here that you guys have been working and pushing so hard, and this is why you guys are going to have this breakthrough moment. With the 10 of Wands, it's like you guys have been putting the work in, and with the 8 of Wands, it's like this is in the air. It is happening. It's not just the beginning of it. So don't worry. I feel like some of you guys, you're like, I've been working so hard. When is this breakthrough moment happening? And I feel like it is going to happen. With the Hanged Man and Death, it might not look exactly like how you want. Sometimes people think that like the way to the kind of life they want is like very like, oh, I'm gonna follow path A and I'm gonna get to B and it's gonna look exactly like this. And usually spirit has other things in mind, and you know, they'll actually make you take this route that you didn't expect but gets you to an even better destination. I feel like with new moon in Aries and first quarter moon in Aries coming out, there's a message that spirit wants you to be out and about in this world, because that's the thing about Aries is very fresh, vibrant. It's literally the youngest energy in the zodiac. It is like kind of like that newborn baby energy, not in terms of being immature, but a little bit, you know, kind of immature in like a good way, like fresh, open, excited, you know, and a little bit self-centered. I mean, it is the first house. It is the house of one. So Aries tends to do things that they like. If you ask an Aries like, hey, can you help me out with moving? I'm not really, I'll pay you in like hot dogs and I'm not, it's not going to be fun. And Aries is probably going to be like, no, actually, I'm not going to do that, because they just do what, you know, they're very kind of self-focused. But that's the blessing of an Aries. We're supposed to be that way, right? We're supposed to think about ourselves and not just doing things that like bring down our energy and that we hate. So I feel like the message for you is like to do things that make you feel good, to take time to actually take part in life and to be enjoying things. And I'm not trying to say Aries are selfish, because like they're not, you know, but it's kind of like, you know how when you ask a little kid to do something they don't want to do and they'll just refuse to do it. And there's a beauty in that. Sometimes I think as adults we get too bogged down in like responsibilities and like, oh, I gotta help them. Well, if I tell this person no, then like they'll be mad at me. So I really don't want to do that, but I guess I'll say yes. And I think there's a beauty in kind of taking your power back and being like, you know what, that doesn't work for me and I don't feel like it, so I'm not doing it. Of course, you don't want to be completely selfish, but there's a beauty in looking out for what makes us feel good, high vibrational, and operating out of our highest self at all times. And I see you guys kind of doing that. I feel like your next glow up is going to be actually enjoying life and really taking part in life and realizing that sometimes good things take time. So why not enjoy the process, right? If we're working as hard as we can on something, then and we're putting all our effort in, then we don't necessarily have to go into hermit mode and force ourselves into like being like a monk because we're waiting for something to break through. It's like, no, if you get invited out for margaritas in the meantime, go and enjoy. You know what I mean? Because sometimes things just take time. Sometimes things don't just happen overnight. And sometimes a change that might happen overnight may still be 5 years in the making, or a year in the making, or 2 months in the making. You know what I mean? And so in the meantime, why not enjoy yourself? So I kind of see this energy for you guys as continuing to work hard on this, a breakthrough coming. And in the meantime, making sure you take time out of your day to actually enjoy yourself and actually do things that bring you a lot of joy and fun. I'm hearing spark joy. So maybe some of you guys like Marie Kondo. And if you do, maybe apply that to your own life and think about removing the things from your life that don't make you truly happy in that moment. And maybe adding back things into your life that do. I talk to a lot of people during my private readings. If you ever want to book one with me, link is in my bio, who have like high powered jobs and they're doing really well work wise, but they never have that balance. Not all of them, but sometimes when this comes up, they don't have that balance in their life of like, this brings a smile to my face. And I always think it's like the metaphor of like, like for me personally, one of my favorite foods is ice cream. I am obsessed with gelato in particular. I just love like actual real European gelato. And for example, if I am walking down the street on a beach or just having a fun day with my friends and there's a gelato shop, I am stopping and getting some hazelnut flavored gelato. Okay. That's just no questions asked because I know it's going to bring me happiness in the moment. Now, usually I avoid sugar and I'm very health conscious, but with gelato, I make an exception. And that's the thing is like life is, also about enjoying every moment, right? So it doesn't have to be gelato for you guys, but it's about taking pleasure and finding those moments of joy where we can get them. Doing those things that maybe aren't even disciplined or a part of some grand scheme, but bring us so much happiness and pleasure in that moment. And I feel like that's the emphasis for you guys is like, I see you guys going after these goals so strong. And I think that's so beautiful. And it's like, continue to do that, but also find some time to actually enjoy yourself. So let's get more cards. We got new moon in Cancer, relax, full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check, and new moon in Leo, shine. So I can see with Capricorn and so much like 10 of Wands energy, 8 of Wands, that you guys have been working really hard on this and that you guys have been pushing yourselves. And I think that's really beautiful. But with take a reality check, maybe it's a message of like, like I said, sometimes things just take longer. Like even I think sometimes people have an idea of things as like, it's got to happen overnight. If it doesn't happen in 2 weeks, then it's not supposed to happen. Or if it doesn't happen the second I put it out in the world, then it's not going to happen. And it's like, that's just not how things take place. Things take time to build. Things take time to grow. Like you wouldn't see a newborn baby and come back the next day, 24 hours later and be like, oh my God, he's still 12 inches long. Oh my God. Okay, he's going to be 12 inches for life. He's never going to grow up. Wow, this baby's an underachiever. Oh my God, what a loser this baby is. Like, obviously, that it's a baby and it's going to take, 18 years at least to grow up, right? Sometimes a lot longer. I mean, really. So we have to have perspective. It doesn't matter how much of a winner or how strong that baby is, it's still going to need like 18 years to grow up, right? So that's the thing is like, sometimes I think we rush things. We need things to happen right away, right now, right this instant. And I feel like the message is you guys will achieve your dreams and it's inevitable with the work you guys have been putting in. Spirit has seen it. Spirit is acknowledging that you guys have really been working hard at this. Some of you guys might have even learned something new with the Three of Pentacles and maybe something that like you weren't familiar with it before, but you have been learning, you've been putting in those hours, you guys have been dedicated to this and they see the work you put in and they are going to reward you and you are going to have this payoff Four of Wands moment. But it's like maybe relax a little bit in the meantime, maybe enjoy yourself, maybe think about what brings you joy and happiness in between, because with new moon in Leo, like I feel like Leo is that ultimate energy of really, doing things that work for Leo. Like I said, Leo it's kind of like Aries. They're both fire signs in their sense of like, if something is not working for a Leo, they're not going to do it. They're not going to be like, well, I really don't want to come and it's really boring, but okay, I guess yeah, I guess I will. Like Leo knows how to put itself first. And sometimes, obviously there can be a distortion of that where it's too much, but there's a beautiful energy and really thinking about like, does this make me happy? Yes. Okay, I'm going to do it. Does it make me happy? No. Okay, I'm not going to do it. And obviously we have to do things that are disciplined. All of us do. And like, we have to have a balance. But I feel like a lot of y'all in this pile have already figured out that disciplined energy. You guys already know that you have to put in the work and be dedicated, and you guys are already on that path. So we don't need to talk too much about that. We need to talk about you guys having a little bit of fun. And Leo is that center of attention energy that is always willing to make sure they look good, they feel good. I almost feel like there's a message with that with you guys. Like, I always think it's great to spend a little extra, just this is my Venus conjunct Jupiter coming out, but spend a little extra 5 minutes doing your makeup or doing your hair or putting on that dress that makes you feel good, and not being self-conscious about it, because sometimes people really try to make people feel weird about like, oh wow, you went all out with the makeup, or like, oh, you're overdressed. And a Leo is never afraid to be overdressed. They're like, yeah, I am, and don't I look amazing? So it's like, shine as brightly as you guys want. Make sure you're feeling good in this moment, because I feel like, you guys might have more eyes on you at this time. You guys might, need to take a little extra time just making sure you feel your best, you look your best. So maybe if you're a girl, you're going to put on that extra shade of makeup, or try out a lipstick, or do your hair, or whatever. And if you're a guy, maybe it's slicking your hair back, or making sure, I don't know, your abs are on point, or, wearing a really nice button down and a cute suit. I think every woman finds a man in a suit attractive, right? Or all the women that like men. So anyway, I feel like whatever it is, this is about you guys stepping into your highest version of yourself, shining brightly, and taking that time not just to be working yourself to the bone and just straggling around like no energy, like, oh God, I'm just hoping this works. It's like, no, I'm going to be my highest vibration of myself at all times. I'm going to take some time for self-care. It's going to take some time out to enjoy life as well as continue to put in the work, but I'm going to have some balance. So let's get more cards for you guys. So we got Butterfly Spirit, Transformation, Air Spirit, Knowledge, Bluebird Spirit, Happiness, and Wood Nymph, Beauty. So with Air Spirit, Knowledge, and the Three of Pentacles, I definitely see you guys continuing to gain knowledge, to gain wisdom. I feel like a lot of you guys are learning. And this is the thing, is sometimes we might get held back from this highest destiny that we may want in the moment because we're still learning. And Spirit knows that if we had this energy come in right now as we are, we wouldn't fully be ready for it. And if we can have an extra 3 months to work on it, by the time it comes in, we're going to be so much more ready for that attention, for that focus to be on us, for the spotlight to be on us, because now we have a greater set of knowledge. So I see you guys are continuing to grow up in knowledge, to glow up in knowledge, and you guys are really transforming into this highest, better version of yourself. But again, with Wood Nymph, Beauty, y'all are glowing up physically, and I feel like there's this emphasis to make sure that you're physically on point, because I do see the spotlight coming to you guys in a little bit of time with New Moon and Leo shine. I feel like a lot of people's eyes are going to be on you, and in some way you guys are going to be the center of attention. So make sure you're looking good, because I always think it's like, if you could imagine you're in an auditorium, and like, how sometimes on those like shows, like a Broadway musical or like a musical in school or something, and they'll pull people out of the audience. And I was always like, oh, please don't ever pick me. Thank God I never got picked, because I was always like, I would be so embarrassed, and I would be so bad at having to like dance around or whatever they make them do on stage. It's always something embarrassing. But you could imagine if you got picked to go on stage, that you would be like really glad if you had taken that extra time to like make sure your outfit was on point, or you would be really upset if you were just like, what, like it was the day that you were like, I'm just gonna go up in my sweatpants, whatever, I'm not gonna see anyone, and then you got pulled on stage. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is kind of your moment where y'all are being pulled on stage, and hopefully you're more excited about it than I was as a kid. But so when you do get pulled on stage, you guys want to make sure you're looking on point, you look good, you're your highest version of yourself, so you can feel confident in this. So if there's been any self-care things that have come to mind about you lately, maybe changing health routines, maybe, I don't know, I'm seeing teeth whitening for some people. I'm seeing, like I said, a different shade of blush for some makeup, or I don't know, a different outfit, or maybe exercise routine. I don't know, but it's going to be different for everyone. But if spirit is bringing those things to your mind of like, I should tweak this, or like this could be, maybe I should try this, then I say definitely do it, because you're going to be grateful for it, because I do feel like your glow up is going to involve you guys being more center stage type energy. And I feel like with Bluebird Spirit, there's also this message of you guys doing the things that truly make you happy and bring you joy. You guys should be finding those things that bring you happiness in life. I think so much of the time in our culture, we look down on like, like I said, for me, it's that cone of gelato. I just love gelato. I love ice cream, but a lot of people are like, what's the point of that? Why are you going on and on about ice cream? But in that moment, it brings me happiness. And whatever that is for you, whether it's like your favorite pair of socks or a favorite song that always makes you feel like jumping up and dancing, that's what you should do. You should pay attention to your vibration after you listen to certain songs or TV shows, or when you wear a certain outfit, how your vibration feels, how you feel on the inside, if you feel energetic and full of joy. And whatever brings you joy, that's what you do. That's what you step towards. So I see you guys incorporating a lot more things that make you happy in your life and stepping actively towards that. And I think that's a really integral part of your glow up that some of y'all may be overlooking right now, but you're going to see that really pay off if you guys can do that. So let's get more cards. So we got solutions, Archangel Zadkiel, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience. 9 of Gabriel, stay determined and move forward. Queen of Raphael, follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. Thank you for that compliment, Queen of Gabriel. 4 of Michael, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. And 10 in Raphael, love and blessings fill up your life. Harmonious relationships with family, happily ever after. So this is all about you guys taking a little time off. I want a little more balance here, right? I see you guys are working hard. I see you guys have been at it, and you guys have been trying really hard for this. And I love that energy. I always think when someone is working so hard on something, success is almost inevitable. Like if you keep pushing at it, sooner or later that door is going to break down, right? If you just keep trying. But I also feel like it's okay to take breaks in the meantime. It's okay to understand that things just take time. And this is what the message is like self-control and patience, and understand that there is divine timing at play. Sometimes spirit holds us back from something because we're not quite ready for it yet, or the world isn't quite ready for it yet, or whenever it comes into play, it'll be exactly that right moment for it to really take off and be perfect. And so because of that, I feel like it's like if divine timing is at play in your life right now, then enjoy it in the meantime. One thing that's coming to mind right now is dancing in the rain. So sometimes when it like rains down on us, this is why I love the song Rain on Me by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. And that's coming to mind is like when the world is raining on you, you can either be sad about it and be upset and get down in the dumps, or you can dance around in it and have a blast. And I'm not saying you guys are going to have rain and like hardship. I don't sense that at all. I just sense you guys have been working on something really hard, and there may be a couple months before it really blast through. And I feel like in that but I do feel like for a lot of y'all, this is close to coming true. I'm getting like 3-4 months, and then you will have this big breakthrough. And so because of that, it's like in the meantime, I really want you guys to take time out to see friends, to socialize. Some of y'all might be extroverts, or you might even consider yourself an introvert, but get more energy from others than you realize and feel really good after you make that time to go out with your friends and have some Tex-Mex food and have a big old margarita and some chips and salsa or whatever you guys like to eat, So make sure you guys are actually moving around your life to make space for that. And it's not just, all work all the time. I'm hearing that line from like a nursery rhyme or whatever, which is all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So, or maybe that's from The Shining. I don't know, not a nursery rhyme, but anyway, you can see what happened with that. I mean, he went crazy. So it's important to make time for us to actually have fun, bring a smile to our faces. I think one of the most high vibrational things you can do is to dance around to your favorite song, like in your socks, in your space, and just dance and just genuinely have fun and welcome in positive energy. Another thing that's coming to mind for some of y'all is saging your space, saging your apartment, saging any room you're in, and or using Palo Santo, and then throwing open all the doors. So obviously you need to let that energy out, but you can keep your screen door up if some of y'all don't want bugs flying in. I totally get that. But let the, let the fresh air flow in. Let this goodness, the happiness, the joy flow in, because we don't want to get in an energy where we're just nose to the grindstone and working too hard without letting the goodness and the joy flow, because that's how blessings, money, abundance, happiness enters our life, is when we create space for it. We welcome it in, we align our vibration with it. And when we're just so focused and so hardworking that we're just like straggling along and constantly in a sad mood and just like, I'm just so tired, everything's so hard, that's not going to be the energy that brings in happiness and abundance. So yeah, I feel like you guys need to take more time for yourselves on that kick. So we got gratitude, fear, judgment, failure, and adversity. So maybe some of you guys are suffering from a fear of judgment or a fear of adversity or fear of failure, where it's like you guys have been going through this hardship and you're just like, when is this going to break through? Why is this so difficult? And I feel like the message is, it's kind of like up to you guys, because I feel like you can bring in happier energy by actually taking time out to enjoy yourselves. You guys can bring in these blessings, and by focusing on gratitude, and actually taking the time to enjoy your life. Sometimes, I feel like we can get also like holed up working. I know for me, sometimes my schedule gets crazy and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I haven't had any time today to go outside, or I haven't had any time to talk to someone, and maybe like a friend calls me and I catch up with them for 5 minutes and I get off the phone with so much energy and I'm like, yes, I can't wait to do this, can't wait to do that. And before they called, I was like, stumbling along, all sad and, feeling like all tired. But as soon as I get to talk to them and plug into their positive energy, it's like, wow, I just have such a smile on my face. So whatever that is for you guys, make sure you're taking the time to do that, because you really do need to look after your energy, and you guys are making something really huge happen. I can see that. And I almost feel like there's a message that your success is going to look a little bit differently than you might have thought. So you might be judgmental now of like, it's got to happen this way. I want success to come in and look like this. And it's like, well, you might be surprised, but a lot of them are going to be good surprises. It's kind of like, if you've ever had someone, like I keep seeing, how like at a restaurant when it's someone's birthday, sometimes you'll tell them like, oh, it's our friend's birthday, and they'll just bring out a random dessert. And you're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be a pineapple upside down cake with like, mango ice cream on the side. She kind of likes chocolate. So I don't know, like, sometimes they have like their set go-to like dessert is what I'm seeing, that maybe it's not something you would have ever ordered. Like, you're like, okay, I like passion fruit creme brulee sounds good, but I don't think I would have ordered that. Although honestly, to me, that sounds amazing. I just made that up, but like, wow, I want to order that. But anyway, maybe you would have stuck to like the chocolate or the caramel or something more traditional. But when it comes out and you dig in, you're like, this is the best tasting thing ever. And that's what I'm seeing for you guys, is like, this is like a surprise. It's like how when I'm literally seeing that image of like when you're at a restaurant and all the wait staff goes to the back, and then they come out and they start singing happy birthday, and there's usually a sparkler on top. That's what I'm seeing, and the sparkler's going off and everyone's like singing, and it's like in that moment you don't know what they're going to put in front of you. You don't know what kind of dessert it's going to be, or if it's going to be just a plain old chocolate cake or whatever. But it's like, maybe it's not chocolate cake, like I said, maybe it's passion fruit creme brulee, or mango panna cotta, or something completely out of the ordinary, but it's going to taste amazing and y'all are going to love it. So be open to this. So let's get more cards for you guys. So we got graveyard, unnecessary fear, cauldron, synergy, and healing. So I feel like this time for you guys to go out and have fun, it's actually healing energy. It's going to replenish you. It's going to make you feel better and happier. And I feel like you guys might make a lot of connections, a lot of friendships. You might be in a really cool group that you might not have expected. You might be like, I didn't know I was going to vibe with these people, but they're so much fun. Or I didn't know that I was going to find my crew living in XYZ city. Or I didn't know that, like, I thought I was done with this place, but actually I met these people and they're so much fun and I love being here now. So just keep your eyes open, keep yourself, your energy field open for spirit to surprise you guys. And I feel like it's saying there's unnecessary fear. Some of you guys get too worried or in your head about like, is this going to work? Am I going to succeed at it? it. Oh my God, what if I don't do well? It's not happening like I wanted. It's not going to happen. And it's like, that's so unnecessary. And it's such a waste of your time because it is going to happen. Like I said, when y'all are putting in the kind of energy you guys have been putting in, it's almost inevitable. It is definitely going to happen. So stop being afraid and enjoy yourself in the meantime. If you knew that you were going to have assured success with whatever this thing is that y'all have been working on, how would you act and what would you do? Would you spend your time staying up late and overanalyzing it and being like, oh my God, I just hate this? Or would you be like, I'm definitely going to succeed. Let me go out with my friends and celebrate. Let me call them up and let's go. Or maybe you don't want to celebrate that way. Maybe you like to spend time just alone. But honestly, I'm getting a call for this group to like socialize a bit more, to be honest. So I feel like most of you guys should be going out, but maybe your way of celebrating is like, I'm just going to get all my cats together and we're going to watch a Netflix show or something. I don't know. But you, I'm guessing, would, if you knew you were going to succeed like that, you would be in celebration mode, right? You would not just be sitting around and moaning about it. You would be like really happy and you'd be taking that time to make sure you were enjoying it in the meantime. So start doing that now. Start acting like it. Start acting like you already have the success. It's already here and you're happy with it and excited. So let's get more cards. So we also got Chop Wood, Treasure Island, Unfinished Symphony, and Chaos and Conflict. So I feel like you're moving out of this energy and it's like you guys have had either it's been chaotic or there's been conflict around you. And I feel like you guys are really leaving that behind. The things you guys are working on are going to move you out of that energy into this Treasure Island, amazing success. And I love that the guy on here is actually a little turtle because turtles are really slow, obviously. And I've actually been swimming with like giant sea turtles and they're so huge. They're like the size of like a car, a little VW bug. Like they're so big, it's crazy. And they're really slow and they're really gentle. And that's the thing is like, this is how it represents for treasure, you know, is like this really slow moving animal. So understand that, like I was telling you guys, success doesn't always come in overnight, but for some reason we always think it does. You guys are chopping wood and working hard. You guys have been at it and it's not over. As I always say from the line from the Notebook, it's not over. It still isn't over. So you guys will make this happen and stop worrying about it and accept it as if it's already here. Because I think you guys are going to be so much happier when it arrives. I love this life you guys are bringing in and manifesting. I feel like you guys are, the final card we got is Triumph. And also we got Shadow, Mental Conflict. I was kind of going to skip over those, but I just want to mention them is that I think some of you guys have ideas of like, well, in order for me to be a success, I can never go out. I feel like a lot of people have that idea. Like, oh, well, I don't want to go out and I don't want to be a party girl, or I need to be focused. I need to be disciplined. So I can't stay up late, or I need to, success looks like this. And it's like success looks like multiple things. Multiple people have different kinds of success and they come in different ways. Hard work is usually a theme. So definitely embrace hard work. But if you guys want to go out and dance on a table, don't think that makes you any less of like a businesswoman or a businessman. Or if you want to go out and really laugh with your friends and have a blast, don't think that means you cannot succeed, because it's like there's different ways to skin a cat, right? And there's different ways for success to come in. And that's why I like looking at someone's astrological chart, because depending on the elements and what they have going on, they might find success through different ways. But for most of you guys, I feel like in this pile, there's a really heavy emphasis that you guys need to spend more time enjoying yourselves, and that will bring the success in. So if you guys have been conflicted about it, or you feel like, oh, that's my shadow side, I need to move into my, light energy. It's like, yeah, I totally get that. But also sometimes light energy, we have such a weird black and white idea in our culture of like, the only good way to be is like never drinking and never going out. And like, if you want success, you have to hole up in your room and just write all the time and stay away. And you can't be a social person and get success. No, you can get success through all kinds of ways. So I just want you guys to know that. So I feel like some of you guys are social butterflies that have been keeping that at bay. So I want you guys to go out and have fun. I want you guys to like, if you need to stay up at until 5 a.m. and, go out and party, and you feel called to do it, do it, because life is short and we are put on this planet to enjoy. God would not have given us the amazing flavors of different foods or the amazing sounds of music or the feeling you get after you've been dancing and you're all sweaty because you had the best time. You know what I mean? So go out and enjoy. So let me get some final astro dice for you guys for pile 2. So we got Mercury, we got Leo, not a surprise, and we got the first house. Okay, that is what I have been talking about with you guys. So first house, as I mentioned, is the baby of the zodiac, Aries. It is, you know, the self. It's all about the self. It's all about what feels good to me, what benefits me. People with a node in the first house, it means they need to focus more on themselves in this lifetime. Truly, that's what spirit wants. It's not a bad thing. We always are so black and white with like, it has to look like this. No, sometimes selfishness is a good thing for some people, depending on their chart. And for you guys, I think you need to focus on what makes you feel good, what brings you joy in the moment, and what makes you feel spicy, hot, fiery, like a fire sign, because we have so much fire in this reading. We have Leo as well, center of attention energy. Leo's all about what makes it feel good. I always say, you know, people say like the world doesn't revolve around you, but it does revolve around Leos, because Leo is the sun, and Leo is supposed to put themselves first and think about what benefits them. So you guys need to do that. And Leo and Aries is all about a good time. They are the party starters. They are the ones that will get up and dance on the table and get everything going. They're the firecrackers or the fireworks or whatever that will just pop off and make everything fun. So that's what you guys should be seeking out in your life. And then we have Mercury. Mercury is also a young energy, youthful. If it aspects the ascendant, it can give someone a very youthful look. And also it is all about, you know, mischief, having a good time. I mean, there's other things with that. It's also a deep thinker. But for you guys, I mean, Gemini is very mischievous, and Virgo is not as mischievous, but Gemini is really mischievous, and that's what's coming to mind for you guys, is like, have a little fun, do what makes you laugh, do what makes you feel good, you know. Hermes is coming to mind, and it's like you guys need to, if there's a little mischief you want to bring out, I'm hearing mischief managed from Harry Potter, so it's like, make sure you take that time, because that's a good thing to be in that energy of playfulness, of youthfulness, of a little kid playing a prank. We sometimes think that's so immature, but actually it can be a very beautiful thing, and I feel like you guys need to just lean into this young, youthful, playful, fun energy. So I really hope that helped. Pile 2, let me know if it resonated in the comments. I'm really curious about this pile, so definitely let me know. I really need to know about this pile, and also make sure to give it a big thumbs up if it resonated. And if you want to check out my additional readings, you can check out my Patreon. A link is in my bio for that, and I just posted a reading about why your haters are mad, so definitely check that one out. It's really interesting. And if you want to see more of my readings over here, make sure to subscribe with the notifications on. I will be back very soon for another reading, and I'm sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you all have an amazing day and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 3. So for your pick a card, you guys got Going Forward, and for your tarot, you got the Fool, the Emperor, Knight of Cups, Justice, Four of Cups, the Empress, and the Six of Swords. So I am getting the vibe that for a lot of you guys, this is a romance coming in. This is someone who is going to be very dynamic, very attracted to you. I'm almost getting crush energy. I'm feeling a lot of sexual desire directed towards a lot of you guys. And it feels like there's this spark and exciting aspect to your life that I feel like has been kind of missing for a while. I'm almost getting like crush vibes. You know how when like in high school, you get so excited, like, oh, I hope my hair looks good. I hope that he notices me, and maybe you'd go up in front of the class to like sharpen your pencil or something and try to show off your outfit because you hoped they notice. That's the kind of vibe, and I feel like it's been a while for some of you guys since you felt this way. So it's really exciting to you to be able to kind of look forward to this person. With the Knight of Cups, that can talk about a younger guy who's very charming, very attractive. I'm seeing someone with brown hair who's very in good shape and just very charming and very kind of sweet, because also the Knight of Cups tends to be sweet, charming, loving. I kind of compare it to like that hero from a romance novel that always knows what to say, maybe could write love poetry if they had to, and is very romantic in nature and very sweethearted. But we also have the Emperor coming in as well. And some message I'm getting for a lot of you guys is that there's going to be multiple types of people that are attracted to you. And of course, with the Empress coming in, for my divine masculines who may be attracted to women, you guys will absolutely have, you know, the reversal of that, have women feminine, or some woman in particular who's divine feminine attracted to you. But for you guys, I see there's multiple people attracted to you. We got the Emperor coming out next to the Knight of Cups. The Emperor is an older male energy who's very powerful and kind of disciplined. Then we have the Knight of Cups, someone who's younger, who's very fun, who's very charming, who's good looking. So it's like you have both. You have all of them. You know, I feel like a lot of you guys, you might have been holed up in hermit mode for a while, and this is you guys stepping out into the world and you being blown away by how many people are attracted to you, how many people are drawn to you, how many people are turned on to you, and how many offers you might get. You might go out for a night out and just be like, I hope I, have fun. And you end up, getting a bunch of drinks bought for you and have a bunch of people ask for your number, and you might just have a really good time. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be glowed up, looking really good, exuding some Venus energy, looking just really beautiful. Maybe you guys have been working on your physical appearance lately, or you're just looking extra gorgeous lately. I don't know, but a lot of people's eyes are going to be on you guys. And I see a lot of you guys have been focused on something else for a while. I feel like some of you guys have kind of been in hermit mode or nose to the grindstone, working on a certain project and very focused on that. So maybe you haven't made the time in your life for going out and enjoying and having fun. And I see you guys leaving that energy behind and stepping into this energy of looking after yourself, because the Knight of Cups can also talk about pursuing things that bring us joy and give us, happiness in our life. So I feel like a lot of you guys might make time to actually go out and socialize, actually go out and enjoy and have a drink with friends or whatever this is. And this is maybe where this crush comes in. I feel like some of you guys have just been kind of isolating away for a long time, and this is like being engaged with the world and actually giving spirit the opportunity to bring you this blessing, because I see so many people during my private readings and stuff. If you guys ever want to book one, you can always, scroll down to my bio. But I see so many people in my private readings that, they want a man or they want a girlfriend, but they never kind of get out of the office, or they never leave their apartment, but they want a romance. And I'm like, well, who are you going to fall in love with other than the Uber Eats delivery person who's dropping off your dinners every night, because you literally never go out, so it's like you gotta find an opportunity and let a door open for spirit to bring in that love. And I feel like some of you guys are really doing that. You're actually going out into the world, you're actually experiencing things and putting yourself out there and stepping forward into life and really taking part in it. And because of that, you're going to have this beautiful love come in, and y'all are going to be looking good. That's the thing, you guys are looking good. I don't know if you guys have been doing self-care, taking spiritual baths. I don't know if you guys cut your hair or did something different with your hair, or I don't know what this is, changed your makeup up, but a lot of you guys are going to be looking extra beautiful. So take advantage of this time and actually go and step out. I'm seeing someone put on some heels and some like stockings. I don't know, it's kind of warm for stockings, at least in this Western hemisphere, but I don't know. I'm just feeling like you guys are putting extra effort into your appearance, and you guys are looking really, really beautiful. So this is a really great time for you guys to be going out, and I definitely think you guys are on a lot of people's minds. A lot of people are crushing on you, and you might find that relationship that you guys have been wanting. So we also got last quarter moon in Virgo, attend to the details. Last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. New moon in Sagittarius, focus on the positive, and first quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. So what's interesting with this card is I actually had shuffled these, and then I felt spirit like forcing me to pull one more card, and I was like, okay, what is it? And it was this, and I think it really makes sense because I'm getting, Gemini is the twins, and you can see two people on this card pile. It's the only two people in the depictions of, our images we have for astrology, and each sign has a different image. And so anyway, I feel like for you guys, it's like this is a beautiful relationship that's going to come in that is really going to add to your life, even if it's not your soulmate, which it may be for some of you guys. I feel like it's going to be a fun, lighthearted, kind of spicy, fiery relationship. Like I feel like you guys are going to have, I'm hearing the lyrics to Cruel Summer, and to me, that song just sums up the energy of like a crush, like an early crush when you're just really into someone and you haven't really had the talk on where you stand with them, but you're so excited to see them. You have so much fun. You have all these butterflies in your stomach. You're so excited, and it just feels like almost like a shot of adrenaline in your life. It's just that excitement of looking forward to seeing them, that excitement of wondering how they feel about you and feeling the chemistry, but not having hashed it out yet. And honestly, that's the vibe I'm getting. And we do have new moon in Sag, and Sag is all about, going forward into life, traveling and exploring and trying new things. So I feel like this energy of this glow up for you guys is you're going to be ready to try stuff new. You're going to be open to things in life. Your energy field is going to be very wide open. And I love that kind of energy. I feel like it's ripe for the picking is what I'm hearing. Like, because I feel like that's when spirit can come in. When we're open and we're like, hey, whatever you guys bring to me, I'm open to it. That's when spirit's like, awesome. It's kind of like what I've heard is, a lot of really amazing chefs who are like the highest of the high end, top of their field. They say they absolutely love it when they get a client who might come in and say like, hey, surprise me. If they're cooking like a tailored meal for someone, when the client is like, hey, make whatever you want. I don't really care. Like, just do, go crazy. That's when their creativity like blasts off and they really go above and beyond. And that's kind of how I feel like spirit is like when we just let spirit take the wheel and take control and we're like, whatever you bring me, I'm open. That's when spirit's like, ooh, I'm going to blow this person away. I really want to show them out, because I've heard those chefs say like they really appreciate the trust. Like, oh, I'm so glad this person trusts me, to do whatever they want. I actually commissioned an artwork from someone a while ago and I was like, I completely trust your taste. So just, I trust you. So just make it. And they were like, do you want me to pay me after it's made? And I was like, no, I want to pay you up front because I really trust you and I'm just happy to pay now. And anyway, and I love what they made. And I honestly feel like it's one of their best things that they ever made. Like I've seen their other artwork and partially I think it's because I gave them that trust. You know what I mean? And so it's like when we give spirit that space to just take over our lives and make a beautiful masterpiece, that's when they go crazy. That's when they really go all out and blow us away. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're leaving your energetic field very open for the first time in a while. You're going out there, putting yourself out there and letting Jesus take the wheel. Like the song goes, it doesn't matter if you don't believe in Jesus or whatever, but we're letting spirit take over. We are letting things happen the way they should happen and just trusting. And I feel like that's such a great energy to be in. So I think that's where you're having this relationship come in. And maybe it's also friendships or just an exciting time, an exciting vibe of going out, having a good time, having some margaritas or having, I don't know, some tequila shots or something. But it's like, I love this energy of like fiery fun and excitement. So we got last quarter moon in Virgo, and that has to do with the details. Virgo is a really great thinker. And I feel like you guys have been working on this project really hard and kind of very much attending to it. And I almost see that you guys are going to have more leeway and freedom in this section of your life where you're not so forced to focus on the details of whatever this is. Maybe it was something where you really had to pay attention to the numbers. You were constantly checking it. You had to be very careful about it. But with the Six of Swords coming in, I kind of see that you're able to kind of not focus on it so much. Like it feels like there's something that almost like you've been having to be very detail oriented. And it's kind of like you can kind of take your eyes off it a little. Like you can kind of relax a little bit. It's kind of the difference between like a vacuum that you have to like manually vacuum and one of those robot vacuums that just vacuums without you paying attention. Like I feel like there's something where you can just kind of be hands off with it. So I see that as being this opportunity this summer for you guys as like, I don't have to be so focused on it. And there's a lot more relaxation energy coming in. And like I said, you guys are exuding Venus energy. We have Taurus here, the ruler, which is ruled by Venus. So you guys are looking really, really good. Spirit says be proud of yourself. You guys need to be feeling yourself and actually taking advantage of how good you guys look, because you guys are looking absolutely stunningly beautiful lately. So you guys should definitely look in the mirror and, recognize how much you guys have glowed up and how gorgeous you guys are in this pile. So we got Stag Spirit, leadership, Bee Spirit, prosperity, Willow Spirit, flexibility, and Pegasus, transcending. So a lot of people are going to be focused on you guys. I feel like you guys are going to be stepping up into, it's almost like you guys are exuding this power lately. We did get the Emperor and the Empress. I don't know if you guys own your own business or there's something where you have a powerful role. I feel like for some of you guys, this is where you had to pay a lot of attention to detail because it was almost like all eyes were on you and everyone was paying attention to you because maybe you guys had to run a certain thing or a lot of responsibility or something like that. But I almost feel like now you guys get the respect you guys have deserved. And it's like something about this gets easier. Something about this starts to lessen up and you can have a little bit more fun with it. It's almost like, when someone is like the new CEO of a big company and for the first year, all the stock brokers are like really watching to make sure they do a good job. And maybe the first year, after the first year is up, they post record returns and everything is having crazy profits and they're doing really well. And so the next year, it's like the stock people, the stockholders are a lot happier and they're not watching them like a hawk anymore. They're like, you know what, if you need to take a vacation on company dime, that's fine. Hey, we're thrilled because you got record returns. So we don't care what you do, just keep doing it. And so it's almost like something gets a little bit easier with this and you're not having to focus and grind so hard, and you can focus more on this easier part of your life, this more fun part of your life. And I do see you guys getting a lot of prosperity, financial abundance, and success with whatever this is you've been working on. But again, I feel like the major focus and the major glow up is in that romantic or kind of sexual relationship part of your life where it just feels like you're having a lot of fun. And for some of you guys, like I said, maybe it's not soulmates, maybe it's a lighthearted relationship that lasts for the summer, like a summer romance. But I feel like it really adds to your life and you guys have so much fun and get a lot of joy out of it, have great memories, and it's just a positive experience. It's not like, oh, I got my heart broken this summer. It's like, woo, I had a blast. It was fantastic, So, yeah, that feels really positive. So we got loneliness reversed. So funny that came out reversed. Growth, honesty, and envy. So it's interesting we have Gemini and then we also had Virgo and then we have honesty because those are ruled by Mercury and all about communication. So maybe there's some situation you guys are going to be honest with, or you're going to get honesty from someone else. I almost feel like right now I keep hearing I'm not afraid anymore. So it's almost like you guys in the past may have felt the need to tiptoe around other people's emotions or feel like you had to appease people. Maybe you were a bit of a people pleaser or you were trying to fit in line with something. And it's almost like now you're just like, I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to say what I want. I'm going to be honest about, myself and things I like, and you guys aren't afraid so much about what other people have to say about it. And I feel like there's a lot of personal growth you go through because of that. You guys kind of transcend this maybe negative self-image you had before. And I am seeing, I guess it's someone corrected it. It wasn't Stella got her groove back, but I don't know. I'm seeing that scene of Angela Bassett, I think, throwing the lighter behind her to light up that car. I forget what is it, Waiting to Exhale? I think so. So anyway, I feel like you guys are going to be like, you don't care anymore. You know what I mean? You're like, judge away. I am going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what brings me joy. And I don't really care if you guys have a problem with it. So maybe before, for some reason, you guys were trying to, toe a certain line. Maybe you guys didn't want to go against a certain set of rules or something like that, or there was people who had a certain judgment for you on how you were supposed to behave. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like you just don't care anymore. And in a way, this might provoke envy. Sometimes people can give us certain rules that we have to listen to because they're envious of us and they're afraid of what would happen if we had no boundaries on us. Kind of like if you take a racehorse and you took off all the, whatever they put on them, the bridle, the saddle, and all the stuff, and you just let it go free. It would probably run off into the sunset and be more powerful than ever. And people are afraid of that. If they paid for a lot of money for the horse, they want the horse working for them. And so I almost feel like there's people who are afraid of your potential, people who are afraid of how powerful you guys are when you're fully glowed up, when you're fully feeling yourself and you guys are in your highest level of power. They would be envious because you guys radiate like no other. So they might put some certain rules on you of like, well, you have to act this way. You have to listen to this. You have to blah, blah, blah. And I feel like with a lot of you guys, it's like you're just throwing off those boundaries. You just don't care anymore. You're like, I am going to do what works for me. And I don't care what you have to say about it. I don't care if you have a problem with it. I don't care if you like it. I'm not interested. It's about me. And so I feel like because of that, maybe in the past you guys held yourself back from certain relationships or from doing certain things. Maybe like I said, if you're going out and getting margaritas in the past, you'd be like, no, I can't. It's a Tuesday. No. I have to be at time on work and blah, blah, blah. And now it's like, you're like, I want those margaritas and I want extra salt on the rim and I want a big old thing of chips and some salsa and I want some queso, and you guys are not holding yourselves back anymore. And I absolutely love to see it. So I feel like because of that, you just radiate this glow that a lot of people are drawn to your freedom, to your vibe of excitement and welcoming in this energy in life. So, and I forgot to pull this card. Oh my God. Guys, I did not time that on purpose. I swear to God. I know it probably looks that way or like I was doing a dramatic reveal. No, I definitely did not. love. So like I was saying, a lot of you guys, this is a love relationship. This is a relationship that's coming in that is really going to be really gratifying for you guys. Possibly, like I said, maybe it is a soulmate for some of you guys, and for some of you guys, maybe it's just a short-term thing. But either way, I think you're going to get so much energy from this relationship. A lot of you guys are going to feel so into this person and so much chemistry and heat and passion with them. I'm seeing a still from like the movie Body Heat. So I just feel like this is like a hot little summer for you guys. You know what I mean? This is like summer heat, and I feel like you're just going to be so attracted to this person, and you guys are going to have so much chemistry with them. Oh my gosh. I'm excited for this file. Like, I want to see a movie about this type of relationship because this is exciting to me. You guys better let me know what's going on with this in the comments because I need to know. So we got Lady de los Muertos, excuse me for butchering that, and we got Vampire. But what's coming through to me about these cards is just how beautiful these two women look. Beautiful in different ways. They don't look the same, but they're both absolutely stunning and like very radiant and kind of sultry about them. You know what I mean? They are radiating this kind of sexuality and this kind of sultry, sexy, confident vibe. And so I feel like for you guys are really going to be on point with the energy you radiate. So many people are going to be turned on by you guys, and there's just this invigorating, intriguing quality that you guys are radiating and exuding right now. So I really want you guys to actually go out, take advantage of this. Don't be holed up inside. No more hermit mode. You guys need to be going out and socializing because you guys are glowed up and your energy is really on point. I feel like you guys need to be dating. You guys need to be putting yourselves out there because you guys are looking so beautiful right now. This is a perfect time for you guys to find love, to find that relationship. And I think it is going to come in, but you guys have to put yourselves out there to make it happen. And trust me, Spirit will do the rest. So let's get more cards. I forgot to shuffle this. So we'll do a quick live shuffle for you guys. So we got 9 of Raphael. Make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time of life. I'm telling you, this is a really joyful, fun, exciting time. And now you guys can see I do not like mess around with my cards. I didn't hide that love card and then have a big reveal. So we got Knight of Gabriel, time to take action, great passion for a cause. And then we got 2 of Ariel. It's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once and making work fun. And that's the thing. It's all about balance. It's all about, yes, you can work on the things you want, but also you need to make sure you're taking time to look after yourself. You need to welcome in relationships as well. So 2 of Michael. So again, you guys have a lot of 2 cards coming in, a lot of cards about partnerships, about romance, about exciting passion, things that you guys should be welcoming in. I just see you guys having a lot of fire energy at this time, a lot of invigoration, and a lot of you guys having a lot of flirtation that you guys have maybe not had in a while. And I think for a lot of you guys, this is something really exciting that you've been kind of craving, but it's almost like you pushed that away, or you told yourself, well, like, I'm just going to focus on my work. I'm just going to focus on my job. And I feel like you guys really are surprised by how gratifying this is for you, how much you enjoy this stage in your life, and how much happier you are once you have this either partnership or flirtation or this friend group that likes to go out a lot. But it's like this has really been missing on your life, and I feel like it's been causing you kind of more sadness than you realize. I think sometimes when we just stick our nose to the grindstone and we're just working so hard, we can neglect those other sectors. But there's 12 things on an astrological wheel, 12 sectors, and they're all equally important. So we can't just neglect one sector for years on end and expect to be perfectly happy. We really do need that balance. And you guys did get a card that says exactly that. So let's also get out Material Harvest, Destiny, Prosperity Begins, and Deception and Envy. And I don't even think I talked about this envy card, but let's talk about it. Since we got 2 cards, you guys are going to be attracting a lot of envy. A lot of people are going to be seeing you guys glowed up like this, possibly with this hot boyfriend or girlfriend, and just they're going to be jealous because they wish they could have a life like this. They wish they could be looking as cute as you guys look, looking as gorgeous with as many eyes as you guys are going to have on you, exuding this Venus energy, exuding this sexuality, this fire energy that you guys are really giving off. They're going to be really mad because they could never look as good as you guys look. So just be aware of that. I don't think that's something to be afraid of. I always say, as much as it stinks when you have people coming against you, take it as a confirmation that you're doing the right thing, that you're on your best path. I know it's really hard when someone's hating on us to be okay with it. But honestly, it really is a sign that you're doing everything on point. So, you guys are going to have these haters, but it's because you're center of attention energy. You guys have, all eyes on you. And whenever that happens, you're going to have the jealous nasties who get angry about it. So don't take that as a bad thing. Just know it's a part of it and just take it as a compliment. But look at all these cards that talk about money. We got material harvest. We got prosperity begins. You guys are going to be making bank. You guys are going to be making a lot of money. And I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this is your destiny. I see this period for you guys right now as a step forward on your path that's so important. Even if you're not quite at like the harvest moment right now, you guys are stepping towards that. You guys are planting the seeds that are going to lead to this beautiful flowering tree of money, of success, of abundance, and also of a joyful life. Because I really like this energy I feel coming in. I feel like they're really invigoratingly fun. They're honestly a blast to be around. And I feel like, they're probably really good in bed, to be honest, too. Not trying to get too R-rated, but I just feel like they are a lot of fun and very sexy type of energy. So I feel like you guys just really enjoy being around them. And this step in your life is just a really positive one. I feel like a lot of you guys are glowed up into your highest energy. You're feeling yourselves. You're at your most confident and feeling beautiful. And I'm honestly so happy for you guys because this is so high vibrational and so beautiful. And I think that's why you guys are getting this material harvest. This is why you guys are manifesting this money, is because your energy is very positive, very happy, high vibrational, and that automatically is going to lead to more money, to more success, to more abundance. Whenever we are feeling really good, that's going to lead to money compounding upon itself. So yeah, this is just an overall glow up, to be honest, but it's definitely a heavy emphasis on, yes, the money, but that romance that I think really kicks things off. It's almost like, I love a margarita. I mentioned it a lot in this reading, so I don't know if some of y'all really like them. But, I'm seeing like a spicy one with all the jalapeno muddled up inside. Like, I feel like it's like life is good enough for you guys as is, but this little relationship adds that spice and that heat that you guys have really wanted. So I think it just kind of makes it elevates it so it's even better. Let's get some astro dice for pile 3. What is their next glow up spirit? So we got Jupiter. Oh my goodness. We got the 10th house and we got Sagittarius. So a lot of Sagittarius energy in this reading, which doesn't surprise me at all because Sagittarius is a fire sign. And like I said, you guys might also be traveling, but I see you guys just stepping forward into life. One thing that I just really associate with Sagittarius is really being invigorated by life. Because the thing about Sagittarius being related to travel so strongly is that, travel is like definitely not a necessity, right? It's just kind of a luxury. Like, we don't really need to travel to a foreign country. We have to stay. It's not really helpful for most of us. It's not helpful for our job. It's not really helping us in any concrete way. It's just something we do for fun, right? But actually we benefit so much from traveling, from going to different places, from learning about different cultures, from trying new things, but it's kind of like pure pleasure, right? But most Sagittarius or someone who has a lot of Sagittarius energy in their chart, they have no problem shelling out a lot of money or saving up all their money for their one big trip every year, or for a big trip they're going to go on, every 2 years or something. But they are willing to put that investment in travel. And why are they so into it? It's because, well, we learn a lot from travel, but also just for the joy and the sheer pleasure of it, right? Like just the joy and the pleasure of having a gelato in Italy on the Amalfi Coast and watching the beautiful blue sea and, the beautiful different colored houses there. Or, going to India and having a really delicious curry that smells so amazing with all the different spices, and seeing the beautiful kind of misty countryside there, or having a tropical island vacation and a beautiful tropical drink and feeling the sun on our skin and hearing the waves crash. They're willing to spend all that money to do those different things because they know that it adds this incredible value to our lives. And I think sometimes we can get into Capricorn mode and be like, well, what's the benefit? Well, what's the point of this? Well, is there a purpose? And it's like, sometimes the purpose is just that it brings you joy in that moment. It brings a smile to your face. And I feel like this is a summer for you guys about figuring that out, about like, yeah, maybe maybe this person that you're dating isn't your soulmate. Maybe they are. I'm not saying they're not. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But for some of you guys, this is just about the sheer joy of this relationship, of exploring someone else, of finding out about them, of learning about them, of laughing with them and flirting with them and like getting excited because you know they've kind of been staring at you across the room, and like putting on your favorite dark red shade of lipstick because it's just fun, you know what I mean? So this is about taking pleasure in life, and I love that for you guys. There's such a sensuality threaded into this reading. Like, I feel like you guys just, again, you're looking on point and you're exuding this very sexual kind of Mars energy, to be honest, but Venus energy as well. So we got 10th house Capricorn. That is career. That's hard work. It's ruled by Saturn. And also, though, that is also this house of honors and achievements and public recognition. So again, I see a lot of people are recognizing your power. It may lead to some envy and jealousy. But that's because y'all achieved something really big and it's pretty incredible to witness. So yeah, you guys are going to be recognized publicly for some of these achievements, and so many people are going to have you on their mind. And then we also have Jupiter. Wow, Jupiter, the planet of wealth, of abundance, of expansion. You guys are expanding your life. You guys are exploring. And wait a minute, I can't believe I didn't mention that Jupiter rules over Sagittarius. So why didn't I mention that? I don't know. But we talked about Sagittarius for like 5 minutes, and it's ruled by Jupiter. So same energy. But it is about expansion. It is about travel. It is about exploring. And it's also about money, wealth, and abundance. And pushing forward your boundaries, your perspective in life, learning new things, opening things up. And I see you guys really glowing up and doing that this summer. You guys are going to learn more about yourselves, about the world, and overall, you guys are going to have an amazing time and be looking so good. So I really need to know about this pile. You guys have got to let me know in the comments what's going on with you guys. I think you guys are going to have a really fun summer. I wish I could come. It seems like it's going to be a blast, and I'm jealous of this little flirtation you guys have going on. So let me know what this is, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up as well. And if you want to check out my additional readings, you can check out my Patreon. Link is in my bio for that. I just posted a reading about why your haters are fixated on you and what's going on with them. So definitely check that out. You guys might have to check that out with all your envy cards you guys have gotten. But make sure you're subscribed over here as well, and turn those notifications on with the bell on to see more of my readings over here. So I will see you guys in the next reading. I'm sending you so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 4. So for your pick a card, you guys got Dragonfly Spirit, and for your tarot, you got the 7 of Wands, 9 of Swords, King of Swords, the Magician, 8 of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So I can see that for a lot of you guys, this is going to be an internal glow up where you really step into your power. And a lot of you guys are going to be really great at speaking and even understanding situations. I almost feel like you guys are going to be a force to be reckoned with by the time this ends. And it does have to do with your thinking, your mind, and also how you speak and communicate. So by the end of this, I feel like you guys are going to be highly charismatic and also very discerning, highly intelligent, capable of seeing through a situation. I'm feeling like for a lot of you guys, you've had people be overly competitive with you, and it's almost like you've really had to fight lately. It might even be causing you a great deal of pain with the 9 of Swords. So it may be that you are kind of wondering, like, why are these people coming against me? Why don't they like me? Why are they being so mean to me? But I see you guys having a major breakthrough and it coming in really fast with the 8 of Wands. It's going to happen quickly. And I also see that it has something to do with something you've already been working on and trying to manifest. And with the Magician, you're able to make it happen. Your dreams are able to really come through, whatever they may be. So this is going to be a really beautiful period for you. And I'm seeing it kind of start with the internal changes. So it's kind of like, it's not like, you stay the same person, but you get a promotion. It's like you transform on the inside and that leads to the promotion kind of vibe. You know what I mean? You become more discerning. You become very well-spoken and also well-respected. I feel like a lot of people are looking up to you at this glow up as really smart, highly intelligent, and a very good communicator. So you guys might become very good with your words, very charismatic, and good at, even I could see making jokes or just having conversation, where you might become that person at the office that everyone kind of knows, like, oh, don't argue with them, or they always know how to schmooze the boss or the clients and exactly what to say. I feel like you guys are just really on point with that section of your life. And another thing that comes to mind is there's not as much emotion here, because with so many sword cards, the King and Queen of Swords, those are definitely the least emotional of the whole court cards. So you guys are not going to be as emotional. You're going to be kind of dispassionate about this. Kind of like, you know what? You might not like me, but I don't care. It doesn't bother me in the way it used to. You become very smart and wise about kind of how you process this and how you deal with it, and very goal oriented. So I see this being like more of an internal change for you that leads to a ripple outside. And then I see your dreams coming through and a real breakthrough that happens really fast. It's almost like these people who may have been kind of nipping at your heels, or you might be like, gee, why can't I move forward with XYZ? Like, and there's a competitive aspect around you of people who are, yeah, trying to compete with you, people who may not like you that much, people who might be in the same field as you or the same office as you and are just kind of being negative to you. And there's some kind of breakthrough that's going to happen, and you're not going to be in the same league as them anymore. You're going to be outpacing them and at an elevated position with the King and Queen cards. So we also got first quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. New moon in Leo, shine. Full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. And full moon in Libra, find a balance. So with full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. That is so true for you guys. Like, you're not going to be as emotional about this. I almost sense like some of you guys are being toughened up or something. And I often see this in people who have a big success destiny, just because anyone who's going to be facing a lot of success is going to also have haters and detractors. We all know that on social media, whenever someone's kind of a big public figure or anything, they just get a bunch of hate comments, whether they're the nicest person ever or they're horrible. I mean, sometimes people deserve it, but sometimes people don't. And, it's just hate directed at them. And I feel like, in order to have that kind of role, you really have to have your head screwed on straight and be kind of unemotional about it and be kind of like, well, I know people aren't going to like me. And I almost see this being a period of almost testing for you guys, or like hardening you. I'm seeing someone forging like a sword in steel, and it's funny, we have so many sword cards, so that's perfectly appropriate. But it's like, in order to, make that a hard piece of steel or metal, you have to put it through the flames and the fire. And I almost see that that's been the energy you guys have been in. You might be wondering, why are these people coming against me? Why have people been so mean to me? Why am I not finding my crew, or why are the people around me kind of hating on me? And it's like, because this has been your forging period. And I do see a breakthrough happening soon. With the Eight of Wands, it should be happening soon and happening suddenly. So when it does happen, it's like a breakthrough moment. It's not like, oh, this is kind of a gradual change. It's like, bam, everything changes. So this is your period of testing that you're going through currently. And what the result is going to be is this King of Swords, Queen of Swords, where you're in a position of authority, you're respected, and you also don't really care. If people do want to come against you, it doesn't bother you. And I also am getting, for some of you guys, this may be about finding partnerships in that sense. So maybe you have some of the haterade removed, some of the Seven of Wands type of people that are coming against you. Maybe they get cleared out of your life, but then you do become closer to other people that see you for who you are and really like you. And I do feel like some of you guys might be getting offers from them, partnerships, or they just might link up. Maybe, someone new is hired at your office and you guys become really good friends, and you go from feeling like you hate everyone in your office to like having a bestie that you love working with. But this is a period of good luck for you guys. There's also a lot of fire energy coming through here. We have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, the full gamut of fire signs. So maybe some of you guys are fire signs, and fire in tarot can talk about sudden, quick things. And so swords are also a very fast card, or a fast energy. So it's like, I do think a lot of these changes, it's not going to happen like in a slow plodding way. Sometimes we have changes that we can really see coming a mile away. We're kind of expecting them. We're kind of like, oh, this is going to happen like this. Oh, it's starting to happen. Okay, great. But this would be out of the blue, a little bit unexpected. With believe in your good luck, there may be a moment for you where you're like, wait, is this really happening? Or like, wait, this is not how it's supposed to go down. Like, everyone at my office hates me. Why am I now being promoted to like head of the office? Like, what is going on? So it may really seem out of the blue and something kind of shocking that for a moment you kind of are getting your head around it. But Spirit is saying, believe in it, take it in, know that it's yours, claim it. And I do feel like this is your time to shine. This is you guys guys getting a little bit of a spotlight. And again, that could be what's leading to all these haters and the jealous energy around you guys. And I do feel like some of you guys are sensitive about it. Some of you guys are having a hard time with it. So I think you're kind of being strengthened in this, and you're kind of learning, like, I'm just going to block this out, because whenever you're doing anything important, you're going to get haters. And you guys know I always quote this song lyric from T-Pain, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. Because, you know, as like all rappers know, they all talk about their haters, right? Because if you're doing anything important, you are going to get haters. If you're just minding your business at home and playing Xbox, no one's going to hate on you. But if you are out winning an award or doing something important, yeah, people are going to get mad about it. So I just feel like there's this mental clarity coming in where you're more at peace. I always associate Libra with peace energy. They are the peacemakers of the zodiac, although they can be mischievous at times, kind of secretly. But generally speaking, most Libras kind of like peace. And so anyway, I feel like you guys are going to have more of an awareness of like how to approach this, how to speak about it. I also could see with Libra, I always associate Libras with being very charismatic. So again, with this charisma energy and you guys just being very smooth, Libras are kind of the charmers of the zodiac a little bit. And so I feel like you guys are going to get a lot more charming and just know how to approach this. Maybe in the past you get, you know, brought into arguments or something, and you'd find yourself engaging in them even though you were like, oh, what am I doing? And now it's like you just let it roll off your back and you're like, God bless, or as they say in the South, you know, bless your heart or whatever. But you're a lot more emotionally removed from it and better able to handle it. So we also got Secret Spring Success, Hummingbird Spirit Joy, Earth Spirit Stability, and Air Spirit Knowledge. So it's funny that that card, I kind of put it on the bottom, but it came out first. And I almost feel like that makes sense because this knowledge leads to these other cards, leads to the success, joy, and stability. So it's like your internal knowledge that happens that makes you a lot wiser. And I think wisdom is the ultimate gift. It's just so amazing when we kind of know what to do about a certain situation. So you guys might be getting downloads or just clarity or just getting the maturity of like, I'm going to handle it like this. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I need to do this, and it'll be exactly the right way. So pay attention to whatever download spirit might bring to you, any kind of intuitive knowledge you have. Trust it and listen to it at this time. But like I said, you guys are having big successes. You guys are getting some of the things you guys dreamed about, and I'm seeing an elevated position for a lot of you guys higher up with some kind of power that you might have. And this feels like stable energy. The great thing about this is when things are hard won and they don't just come kind of through random luck, most of the time it's much more stable. Like in astrology, when we're looking for long lasting wealth, I've mentioned this before, but we look at Saturn. So many people associate Saturn with just hardship, and that's what it is. But it leads to wealth if you can get through it, if you can make it through. And I see a lot of you guys have been fighting on this. You've been putting in the work. You've been working hard. So this legacy you guys are going to build, it's going to be long lasting. It's going to last for a long time. It's not going to be a flash in the pan. Oh, you get the, you know, money you want or the success you want, and then it's over. It's going to be lasting for like a lifetime. It's going to be building something that has staying power. And so I feel like once you guys get the success, it's almost been, this might have been what's weighing on your mind. You guys may be in this Nine of Swords energy because you're kind of like, why isn't this happening? I've been working so hard. I've been putting the effort in, and like all I'm getting is pushback, getting jealousy. And so I feel like it's going to be a real relief for you. There's going to be a lot of joy coming in about this change, a really great feeling of kind of validation that I feel like you guys need, because I do see you guys, it's almost like your feelings have been hurt a little. So this is going to mean a lot to you. So other cards we got: regret, reverse, adversity, health, and friendship. And I'll be honest, I had to pull more cards because I was just getting a lot of negative cards, to be honest, for you guys. And I know some of you guys get mad when I'm doing like a what's your blessing, and then there's like negative messages. So I'm like, okay, let me keep pulling for y'all until I got friendship. But you know, honestly, the more I tune into the energy of this reading, the more I'm like, I definitely think this is kind of your current energy, and it's going to be blessing you in the end so much. Like, I think, you know, as I was talking about Saturn blessing someone in the end, I feel like it's like your current energy is kind of negative. A lot of you guys have been facing pain, or maybe just mentally you've been getting down in the dumps about like, why isn't this working the way I thought? And it's been hard on you. And I can see that and I can feel that. But I see that lifting. And then I do see the blessings coming in. But know that, I mean, adversity is an integral part of getting blessings. Some people, they just randomly have all the luck. And maybe that has to do with their past lives or other things they've done in the past. So maybe they just are born into wealth, everything's awesome, their whole life, no problems. But most of the time, when someone's trying to build something big, they are going to face setbacks. And it's not a sign that like it's not working or there's something bad about it. It's just a sign that they're going to have a big blessing in the end, and spirit kind of likes to test to see if they're persevering. So I see you guys moving through this period. You might get better health. I feel like this could be mental health as well, mental clarity. And I do feel like partnerships might be coming in. I feel like you guys might just have this charisma about you that you can attract better people, because it's almost like in the past, some of you guys might have put up with bad behavior, and this might be what's causing you some pain or making you upset. Is you're like, why do I tolerate this from this person? Or why did I reach out to that person? I knew I had a weird feeling about them, but I did it anyway. And it's almost like you're so much smarter when you leave this. And that's the thing that we gain from hardship, is knowledge. Every time we kind of fall down, we gain an awareness of like, that's what went wrong. I heard that's why a lot of women like watching true crime or listening to those kinds of podcasts and stuff, is because women are the ones who are primarily, scared for and concerned with their safety, because, we're physically not as strong as men. We can't fight men off in the same way that another man can. So a lot of us are very like wanting to know about our safety. So we'll watch, I don't really listen to it that much, but I do love Dateline, but we'll watch those kinds of shows so we can be like, okay, so her trouble, okay, so she should have left the store with a chaperone, or like, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, so she went to XY place and it was a little dangerous, and that's how that happened, because we're trying to learn, you know what I mean? So my point is like, it's so valuable to learn about the negative stuff, because that's how we can realize what to avoid and stuff. And I see that some of the negative stuff you guys have been going through now is preparing you for your next elevated position. It's preparing you for this higher status that you're going to have, because you'll need to learn to be more discerning. As I mentioned before, a lot of people that gain a lot of power or status, you'll see them brought down by someone really close to them, right? Someone who they thought was a friend but doesn't really like them and spends all their money or puts them in a bad spot, and it could be really bad for them. So it's like, we do need to have discernment, and I see you guys gaining that. I see you guys gaining a lot of confidence in yourself, and like, you don't really care if people like you or not at the end of this. And so because of that, you're able to just really attract this inner circle. So we also got 10 of Gabriel. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours trying too hard to please others. Page of Michael, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. 8 of Gabriel, a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. And finally, 7 of Michael, there is a better course of action available to you. Working alone may not be the best answer. Review all the details. So a lot of these cards have to do with like someone coming in who is going to be helpful. I feel like some of you guys, you're working with people now who aren't helpful, who are not it for this partnership, but you're going to get them in the future. And I do feel like this says a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results. Like, again, I see this as a surprise coming in. It feels like unexpected energy. It feels like something you don't see coming, that you're just kind of used to working really hard. You're kind of plodding along, you're putting the work in, but you're not really, like, it's been the same for a while, and then bam, everything just changes overnight. So, this is like a sudden glow up, sudden increase, sudden blessing of some kind. But I definitely think a lot of this, like I said, it's mental clarity. And this one talks about reviewing contracts and documents very thoroughly, which I always associate with the Queen and King of Swords, because they are the ones that, would make a great lawyer, or would make a great person who will always read the fine print in a document, who will always read what they're signing. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I think you guys are almost less trusting coming out of this, but in a good way. Because it's like, with this position you're going to be in, you need to be less trusting. It's kind of like, it's one thing to be very trusting and naive when you're like, young and you have no money or whatever, but when you have like millions of dollars or something and you're just like trusting to any old person, you can cause a lot more damage to yourself because you have a lot more money to lose. You know what I mean? So I think you guys are being tested now and prepared for this blessing in the future. So we also got the lamp, remembrance, and skull of darkness, blind spots. So I do feel like this is a message that some of you guys might have blind spots to people around you, or you're trying to see the best in them. You might even have a pattern of that. It might not even be about specific people that are in your life, but people from the past, or like just a pattern. Like I'm really sensing some of the people in this pile, you guys either have tolerated dysfunctional people, or you're kind of that healer energy that's always giving to others and not taking for yourselves. And it's like maybe you've been screwed over a bunch of times because of that. Because the funny thing is, the more you heal a dysfunctional person or try to help them, they never like have the clarity to be like, thank you so much, by the way. They'll just continue taking, you know what I mean? And maybe you guys are sad about that. Maybe you had someone you were trying to help or reach out to or be nice to, and they just kind of stabbed you in the back or didn't like you or whatever. And I feel like the message here is, partially on yourself of like, well, consider that. Why are you feeling the need to do that? Because you're not a doormat. Like, you don't have to be a doormat. It's not your job to heal all the dysfunctional people, right? Your job is to focus on you. And it's good to be giving and kind and loving to others, but not tolerate dysfunctional behavior, or not, have this attitude of like, I'm going to save this person, because that's just a waste of your energy that you guys could be directing towards whatever this thing is you're trying to manifest. So I feel like a lot of you guys, it's almost like your blind spots are going to fall off. You're going to become very aware of people's intentions, and it's going to make you a lot more capable of dealing in whatever this promotion or whatever this blessing is that's coming in. So maybe a good thing to do is think about past relationships. Think about times when someone showed you a red flag and you kind of blew past it, or you kind of were like, well, it's not as bad as I think, or I can work with them. I can heal them. I can change them. I think a lot of healers do that. Totally understand it. So no judgment, but we can always improve our lives by being like, I'm not tolerating it anymore. I deserve the best. I deserve someone who's going to be so nice to me and kind to me. And if someone's not bringing that energy of full enthusiasm, then I don't want it. So I think you guys are going to come out of this very empowered and just feeling yourself a lot more and knowing your worth. So we also got co-create and deep knowing. So with co-create, again, I sense you guys actually, it's almost like you go through an initial purging of some people where you're like, you know what? I'm going to have higher standards. I don't deserve that. I deserve better in XYZ. And as a result of that attitude, you end up actually attracting better people, more people that really are on your side and are really rooting for you. But I also feel like with deep knowing, again, you guys are getting some psychic downloads during this glow up period. And when you emerge out of the glow up, you're going to be so much smarter, so much stronger. You're going to have this mental clarity and charisma. I'm really getting that a lot of you guys are being leveled up with your throat chakra and how you communicate. Maybe some of you guys have gotten in trouble in the past for being too blunt or too quiet, or something off with communication that just, not even off, but just can be improved. And in the future, maybe you guys are just going to be so gloriously charismatic and just saying everything so beautifully. Like when I saw Libra, what comes to mind so many times with this is Mercury in Libra. I don't know why, but I just keep thinking of that. And it just seems like that would be such a great, beautiful placement for Libra. I mean, incredible placement. Or for Mercury, incredible placement and very smooth, always knowing what to say, speaking in a beautiful way. So I feel like by the time you guys leave, your communication is just going to be fantastic. You're going to be that kind of person who's like a diplomat who can just say whatever, just put it in the perfect terms, and just people are just so drawn to how you communicate. There's just a lot of charisma going on in this reading. So again, you guys have mental clarity, discernment by the end of this, and that is what is leading to these glow up blessings. So we also got victory and success, light, fulfillment of wishes, and new beginnings. And I want you all to know that I did not have to keep shuffling with this deck at all. In fact, I was expecting maybe, I would get some negative cards because of that string of negativity, but actually your final cards were all positive. These were I mean, I only pulled out these for the last few rounds. So it's like you guys should know that, there is unequivocal success coming in. You guys are going to have your wishes fulfilled. So it's interesting because sometimes people freak out when there's a couple negative cards in the reading, but those were in the middle of the reading and you end on such a positive note. So it is going to end with you guys glowing up. So don't mistake this period, if you guys have been going through it or have been having a hard or emotional time, don't mistake it for like, this is my permanent place. I feel like you guys are being strengthened by some of this hardship, I guess. Some of this pain you guys have been going through is actually making you so much stronger, so much more powerful in the end. And you guys are going to fulfill your dreams and your wishes. And there's going to be a new start. Like I said, this is going to come in suddenly. And I just looked at the timer and it was 22. So wow, as I'm saying, like partnerships too, because I feel like you guys are going to have people, multiple people who see you as you are and want the best for you, or one person in particular. But it's like you're going to be linked up with people that really see the best in you and can help you guys advance in this manifestation, whatever this is. So we're clearing out the bad hater energy and welcoming in the beautiful light energy. And I'm so excited for you guys. Let me get some astro dice for pile 4 to see what they're glowing up in. So we got 10th house, Jupiter, and that looks like Scorpio. So wow. So like I said, 10th house has to do with career, and I really am getting for a lot of you guys, this is a career advancement. This is a career change, and 10th house also relates to Saturn, which I've been talking about. So, like I said, Saturn is those hard lessons. It is that blessings that come through a little bit of pain, a little bit of hardship, a little bit of difficulty, but that pay off so strongly in the end. And also 10th house is house of honors and achievements and how other people perceive you and being publicly honored. So I really do think a lot of you guys are going to be publicly honored. And like I said, I'm not surprised it attracts haters, but ultimately it's going to pay off so well. And then we have Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of luck and abundance and expansion. I see you guys expanding, you guys having some beautiful new, probably money energy coming into your life and just flowing so easily. And it's almost like if it had just come to you at first, the message I'm getting from spirit is you guys would have not been able to handle it. You would have been like, I don't deserve this, and maybe sabotaged it, because you guys are sweet little sweethearts that are very kind of bleeding hearts, empathetic, emotional, and it's almost like you need to be hardened a little bit. You need to be in this Queen and King of Swords and a little bit tougher, because you might have been that person that kind of is too sweet, too trusting, too gullible, where someone comes up and, invites you into something and you're like, well, I want to help them. But the whole time they're resenting you, they're jealous of you, and you're not as discerning as you should be. You know what I mean? And a lot of people who are empathetic, sweet people can be that way. They can be too trusting, too open. So I see you guys becoming very incisive, and that is what comes to mind when I look at that Scorpio, because Scorpio is the private detective of the zodiac. I mean, it's literally a placement for private detectives when you look at career, and it is that person that is always wanting to find the truth. It's ruled by Pluto. It relates to the 8th house of secrets and hidden things. So Scorpio is all about revealing it, seeing down into someone's soul. And that's why I love Scorpios, is because they are those people that are so incisive. They will be able to suss out a faker or a liar or someone who has bad intentions so easily. And what I love is that they are a water sign. So sometimes people think that in order to be that kind of a little bit harsh, discerning, type of energy that sees through someone, you kind of have to be an air sign. You have to be King and Queen of Swords, and you have to be very unemotional. But actually, Scorpio is a water sign, and they combine their emotion with that incisiveness. So they're not, pushing down that part of themselves, but they're learning to bring up the part of themselves that's like, wait a minute, what did you just say? Well, but that doesn't make sense because earlier you said this. And if they catch you in a lie, they will always remember that. That's how Scorpios are, is like if you're lying to a Scorpio, they will keep that in mind for the rest of their days, because they have a long memory. And so I think that I love this, because Scorpio is kind of that empowered water energy that doesn't suffer fools. Whereas, love my Cancer and Pisces, but we can all be a little, gullible or just like overly trusting or like, well, I don't know if that's true, but I can see they're upset, so I'm going to believe it. And I just feel bad. And, Scorpio is that person that will check them and be like, no, we're not going to believe them. They're clearly lying. It doesn't matter if they're sad. They're sad because of something they did. And like, that's it. So yeah, you guys are just getting this empowered energy. And I do want to emphasize, because I kind of glazed over it a little, but with Jupiter, like really that is so much luck energy, money energy. And I think that you're going to have some good luck coming in. You're going to have like sudden blessing that comes from your guides, that they just bless you with these connections. I really feel like it's coming in the form of connections with someone. And Scorpio is all about relationships as well. They are that sign that loves to link up with someone and be so deeply entwined with someone. And we did get Libra energy, which is also about relationships and stuff. So I really think this is about relationships coming in that really bless you, and people you're not going to see coming, but that brings so much expansion to your life and help you achieve your dreams. So this is really beautiful, you guys. I know I can feel this pile might have been, going through it or having a rough time lately or processing certain things that felt hurtful. And I totally can see that. But it's like you have these blessings rolling on in, and they are going to come in suddenly and with a bit of a surprise. So get yourselves ready and prepare for that, because I think you're going to be so excited for it. So I really hope it resonated, pile 4. Let me know if it did in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts, your stories, and also make sure to give this reading a big thumbs up if it did. And if you want to check out my Patreon, I have additional readings over there. The last one I posted is all about your haters and why they're hating so hard. So this might be a really good one for you guys, considering everything you guys are dealing with right now. So definitely check that out, and make sure to subscribe over here as well and turn the bell notifications on so you can find out as soon as I post. I am sending you guys so much love and light, and I hope you all have an amazing day and take care of yourselves.